So jolly. Merry Christmas.
Hello everybody, welcome back. It's been a while since I've made a video. About how long? It's been 4 months. This is take 3 of my sorry, I'm just a bit sick. Eyes are watering. This is take 3 of my Just Wanna Talk series, and today's subject is sheeps. I want to talk about sheeps. You might be a sheep yourself. Maybe you, your friends, your family, etc. Now, now I want to talk about is specifically from my school experience. High school, it's pretty complicated. You're getting a lot of mixed emotions. I don't know why I did that. There's a lot of drama. There's fragile relationships. There's a lot of complications. You're going through puberty. Like, it's pretty difficult when you think about it. Relatively, like, for a lot of people, it actually might be pretty hard for them in their life. I mean, you're going through puberty. You're experiencing a lot of new emotions, and you're also being put in this, usually for a lot of people, a very toxic environment, especially if you're not born gifted with whether it's height, looks, social status, charisma, money, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the social circle is very similar to that of, like, I don't know, chimpanzees, really. And for me, I think first years of high school were pretty difficult. Trying to fit in as this awkward little fat kid and pretty short, pretty ugly. I think it was pretty nasty. That's all I'll say for now. I don't talk about it much. Now, back to the topic of sheeps. You see, when I mean sheeps, I don't literally mean the animal like a sheep, like, not like that. Like, what I'm talking about is the ones who follow everyone. The ones who don't really think for themselves. They just kind of do what everyone else does. Like, I feel like a lot of people, they've really lost their style. I mean, I come to school, people are wearing the same shoes, like black Air Forces. Like, that's what I'm seeing. The girls are, like, wearing, like, some similar style. Like, for example, if it's winter, I think, like, the popular girls wear scarves. I think they all wear scarves. I'm just saying, like, from my eyes. Nike Air Force, like, black Air Forces are everywhere. I don't know, it might have been popularized by TikTok. There's also, what's some other stuff? Just gonna get out of here, buddy. Like, people wearing the same cologne. It's like cologne, shoes, even the makeup. Like, so I see girls, like, wearing the same makeup, putting on, like, same amount of mascara, and, like, a lot of these trends, I wouldn't say they're good. I just put on the glasses to change up. Make your own style. I'm not trying to be different. I actually like wearing these, and it's pretty trash. Like, it's not just style that we're talking about. We're talking about people like following each other's behaviors, and a lot of the times it's disgusting. I mean, they bully some kids. They mock people's looks. They make fun of them. They even make fun of teachers, which I feel sorry. For those bastards who make fun of the teachers. Like, I don't want to necessarily mention names, but I've seen a few of you guys calling some teachers fridge or ogre. I mean, that's disgusting behavior. And you know, like a lot of people follow, like even my friends. I try to be selective with my friends, and a lot of people they're they're questionable. They don't have any sense of morale. Oh, where are you going, buddy? Like it saddens me. It saddens me. Like people do not question what they do. They simply follow. It's like the sheep and the shepherd. The sheep follow what the shepherd does. Because they're too scared. The shepherd, you know what the shepherd does with the sheep? He scares them. You know what's our shepherd? Or for like the sheep, which I call people sheep. You know what shepherd they are? It's a fear. It's a social fear around people. For example, like that, what's the term? I believe it's called FOMO. Stands for, I believe, fear of missing out. I believe a lot of people have that. You know, you're not missing out on anything. Really, if anything, avoiding these trends, you're saving your money. You're you're not annoying yourself and trying to keep up with these trends. You're not trying to keep up with slang, these clothes and etc etc. Because a lot of the times it's trash. I'm being honest. Just because everyone likes it doesn't mean it's good. That's something you should know. Always question what you're getting. And another thing is, like, another good reason not to just like follow this in general is I think it kills personality and uniqueness. A lot of people, like, you probably hear this a lot, where like a lot of people look the same now. Like especially with like girls, I've noticed this. They all starting to look similar. Same makeup, same clothes. They even dye their hair the same. They ever dye their hair blonde or black. And you know, I can't lie, that removes uniqueness. That removes that color from life. And for me, like, listen, I don't know why a lot of girls do this. Whether you're doing it to attract like get attention from boys, whether you're doing it for yourself, which I actually respect a lot, or I don't know, maybe you are just scared, which FOMO, fear of missing out, like. And like as I said, these trends usually aren't good. Sometimes, like I won't say these trends are horrible. Sometimes, you know, there's trends where like people are like trying to act good, maybe donate, give to the homeless, but that really happens if I'm being honest. You know, I'm a guy, and a lot of us more quiet people at school, like the more we like to observe and see just from a distance what people like to do. And you know, the more I look at it and just sit in silence, I just find it horrible. I mean, now another thing that makes people sheeps is they're empty shells. I mean, that's a pretty good way to say it. People are just shells these days. They don't really have any really empathy. They don't really have anything from the inside. They're these materialistic people. Like in my eyes, these shells, I see them no different to animals. Not in a disrespectful way, but when you really think about it, animals, they follow their instincts, their emotions. They follow what feels right, what makes you feel good. Because they're not very self-aware. And you know that's pretty true for a lot of humans. Like, okay, maybe sure, as a human species, they're more intelligent, more advanced, but in a biological way, we are all animals in the end. But you know, I'm a guy who believes in God. I think God gave us a soul. He gave us free will, the option to choose from bad and good. And we're the only animals who can really alter their behavior. Other animals, they all live practically the same lives. Like for birds, they all grow up in the same trees, eat the same food, go to the same places, mate with the same birds, and they die. Same thing for it's true for a lot of animals. I mean, they never really change. They all kind of follow and do what they're taught from a very young age. You know, what I'm trying to get here is we as humans, we have the ability to alter who we are. We're able to alter our environment. We're able to live somewhere maybe our ancestors haven't touched in maybe 50,000 years. And that can happen in a single lifetime. Animals don't touch that even after maybe like hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. But we're able to alter that. But you know, the thing is, what I'm trying to get here is, I think this loss of uniqueness and chase for material and chasing your desires it's really killed who we are as people. Like we're really empty now. We're all like, not like, for a lot of us, we lost that sense of spirituality and calm and peacefulness from inside. Like for a lot of my friends, they told me about like, oh, I want to get rich, you know, I want to get all these women, I want to buy this new jet ski, flex in the sports car, buy a new house, you know, and show off and all that stuff. And you know, all that stuff, it does sound pretty cool, but you know, at the end of the day, you can give that to any human and they'll probably do the exact same thing. Give any human money and they'll probably do the exact same thing. And for a lot of people, that's what people think money is for, even though that's simply not true. Oh my god. You know, for me, like, you can do a lot of good things with money. You can open a mosque, a church, a synagogue, a temple. You can open a adoption center. You can make centers for the poor. You can create a lot of things. You can create art. You can innovate. But for a lot of people, like, it's almost engineered. Like we're almost engineered to love this materialism. Like I swear, from a young age, I feel like I've been taught to chase money. And it's not just me, it's true for a lot of us, you know, like we're shown in the movies. I think the movies big one. You know, we're shown in the movies where for a lot of us, we're starved of money. Where, you know, we always chase this sense where, you know, if I had money, we'll look better. We're taught from a young age that with more money, you can buy some better clothes, you can buy some nicer cologne, you can eat better food, you can flex, you know. But I think it's the same way of, like, you know, like buying a mansion. Like you buy a mansion, sure, but like you and the rich man and the poor man in the end are sleeping in the same bed. Not literally, they're sleeping in the same place in a bedroom. They die in the same place. They'll be buried in the same place. You know, you enter this world with nothing, and you leave this world with nothing. Yeah, we always get this feeling that we live life where like we're immortal. Like people always trying to save up, always trying to. Oh my god, bro. The people always trying to save their money. You know, there's nothing wrong with saving money, of course, but I think for a lot of us, we gotta understand that money is temporary. Like, take risks. Maybe like open an e-commerce business. You're thinking. I don't know, for the ladies or even men out there, like open a hair salon that he was always thinking since a kid. You know, start that clothes brand you were thinking about. Open your own shop. Make your own food. So tradition. Take risks and like stop spending your money on this BS. Like life's short. Like if you're lucky, you might live to 80, 85, but for a lot of us, we're probably living to 70. And trust me, like I'm already 16 years, and I'm surprised that I'm 16. I thought it would take me millennia to reach this, but here I am. And for a lot of these people, younger or older, as you get older and more aware, you get the gift of intelligence and awareness. You start to see that, money is temporary, age isn't forever, beauty is temporary. Everything, all the materialistic stuff that you have, that fancy watch that you bought, maybe that nice leather handbag that you bought, you really think that'll last you forever, but in one way or another, it'll disappear from you, and it's sad, yet it's beautiful. Like I feel like it's just a law of this universe. Nothing stays the same forever. Eventually, everything comes back to one. You don't appreciate you don't appreciate plastic flowers, do you? Probably not. You appreciate flowers because of their short-term beauty. You appreciate them because of how rare they are. They're something temporary. They don't last forever. It's short and sweet. That's what life is. It's short and sweet and messy. And as much as it's sad, like for a lot of us, including myself, I would like immortality, but it's just not the right route. You don't actually want to live forever. I think death is a luxury. The luxury of death. I think just getting to experience this life, existing. I think existing, it's just very beautiful. I do understand it's kind of part of human psychology. You're probably more likely to lean to following trends. I myself, when I was younger, like I kind of just did what everyone else did, and we kind of always do that, especially when we're younger, because our brains are more like sponges. Like we just absorb anything. Like you can make someone who could be, I don't know, a full world leader. They could potentially be that, but if you really want, you can raise them as like some horrible people, and they can end up junkies. They could end up drug addicts. No offense to homeless people, of course. I don't mean it that way. You could easily badly influence someone. Oh shoot. And it's there's just no more personality anymore. I mean, and a few other people, we get judged for simply like trying to make our own style. I mean, I myself, like, I get mocked and laughed at a lot for what's really nothing. I mean, changing my style and like, oh, people say this dumb stuff. Or like, oh, Zane, you're trying to be Sigma. Oh, Zane, you're not cold. They want all old money. Like, but you really shouldn't be tiring yourself with these people. They're arrogant. They're stubborn, and maybe sometimes they are pretty good personalities. Honestly, it's it's just that like people people are scared. People they always try to find punching bags in front of their friends. You know, I see it myself. I was once a punching bag for a group that at the time I didn't really think was toxic. You know, I got made fun of a lot, and I see that today with a lot of people because a lot of people learn to, you know, socialize by making a common enemy, even though that person isn't really an enemy. And to me, and not just to me, but to many people, I mean, I'm no angel by any means, I'm not pure, but just thinking about it just makes me sad. Having, you know, that's another trend if you really think about it. Like making someone a punching bag. Like if you're not a person who's good at drawing boundaries, or someone is scared, maybe physically weak, or just has not a very strong and dominant personality, especially for boys out there, it can get pretty ugly. Now, here's the thing, you know, I've been talking about people and how much I've been criticizing basically and saying all the negative stuff, and clearly I can't just leave you guys with all this criticism and negativity without some positivity, you know? Where there's yin, there's yang. Where there's good, there's bad. And so I actually want to give a few solutions to this. Now, one of my first takes is don't be afraid. Honestly, just go out there, you know, really, like, you're going to work, you know, I don't know, trying those new socks, you know, like, wear those rainbow socks, honestly, I don't mind. Like, not just me, but, like, anyone, they really wouldn't care. Maybe they'll look twice, but they'll get used to it pretty quickly. You know, you're going to school, no one's really stopping you from wearing those new shoes. No one's really stopping you from wearing, I don't know, like, wearing shorts in the winter. No one's stopping you from wearing pants in the summer. No one's stopping you from trying something new. You know, you should become the trendsetter. You can become the person who becomes the trendsetter. People respect that authenticity. People do respect that genuinely. I think for a lot of us, that's one of the building blocks of charisma. It's being something different, something new. Another thing I would do is change the perspective. I think trying to be different doesn't necessarily just mean, oh bro, I'm trying to be different. Oh girl, what you doing? You're just trying to act different and all. Like, no, it's completely fine, you know. I'm gonna put on these glasses, you know, like, I don't really care. I mean, I have people from my school watching me, which, okay, I'll be honest, it is pretty embarrassing. I can't lie. But it's fine. People respect that. Deep inside, they might be envious of you. They might be jealous of you. But they also build respect. By doing this, you're probably meeting new people. Like, you're gonna meet new people, more interesting people. You're gonna be seen as more attractive, as seen more sought after. No one's really gonna, like, don't be scared of a judgment. Really, I'll be honest with you. You might get a few looks. You might get a few words, maybe one or two people, maybe 3 people walk up to you and say, oh man, what's up with the new style and stuff, but really, you should be alright. Like, okay, you probably get like some looks if you're pulling up in like an alien suit or something, but generally, I think you'll be alright. I really do. There's nothing wrong with it. I promise, I can reassure you, I've done some pretty goofy stuff. I've pulled up to school in suits. Like in full formal suits. I've wear some pretty interesting stuff that some I'm proud of, some are not. Voila! I changed it up even more. I've got the glasses. I've got this hoodie on. No, not this hoodie. This is a coat. But you get what I mean. You know, be unique, be yourself. You can generally create some pretty interesting stuff. Like, wearing it, like, for me, like, when I wear this in public, like, I do get compliments. For you, I think you'll get the same, you know? I've seen girls, they wear some pretty interesting stuff, and they actually do get some pretty positive, like, attention. Like, it's like, oh my god, wow, I love your dress. Oh, it's like, I love, like, what's the material? I love the pattern, and generally, like, uniqueness. Like, people are tired of seeing the same thing. People like, change that up. Seriously. Go for something new. Now, I think the last thing I want to talk about is there's really no one's really gonna remember you for this. Like you will be more memorable for changing your new clothes, but no one's gonna remember you for the rest of their life hating you. You don't think about that. You're not gonna like pull up to school or pull up to work or whatever you're doing, whatever your social places of interaction are. You know, no one's gonna judge you for what you're gonna wear in like a few years. No one's gonna remember you even by like a few minutes. You know, and that kind of applies for everything. You know, you see that nice fancy sports car. You're like, wow, that's amazing. You see that beautiful woman. Maybe you look back, or you see that beautiful man. You look back. You see that cute puppy. You pet it once. Maybe you stick a little too much. I have that problem. Or a cute cat. But I mean, otherwise you just continue walking. You probably you'll never remember that again. Most likely you won't. And that logic and philosophy sort of applies the same thing to you. And in some way, you leave people with this emotion because you see them long enough, and you leave them with this emotion of not necessarily emotion, but this feeling of this person was different. This person resisted. This person was unique. This person was a bit of their own story. Anyways, I think that concludes the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It definitely is a bit of a more lengthy video, but honestly, I think it's nice, and I am trying to work on my videos. I'm trying to work on my punctuation, my timing. You know, I'm noticing I'm saying a lot of these filler words like I think, but you know, like I am trying to fix that. And hopefully the quality of my videos is improving over time. I would love for you guys to check out my previous videos and stuff, and hopefully my future videos. Please subscribe and just follow up on my channel. I have big plans follow up for this channel, and I want to also help out you guys. Like, please put anything in the comments, like express yourself, and I'll try to respond to everyone. I mean, you know, keep my confidence up, sure, but like if we're being honest, maybe if I'm lucky I get 5 comments. Anyways, you guys enjoy and have a good day and good night.